Hi, so today I'm going to make a short video about how to change from mixed to improper fraction and vice versa. So first, let's talk about how to change from mixed to improper. As you can see, I have a mixed number right here. There's two ways you can do this. If you really didn't want to do math, you could literally draw it out. So you have to draw 1 and 4/5. I have 1 right here, and then I need to color in 4/5. So I'm color in 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4/5. Well, how many fifths is that equal to? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fifths. While this way is perfectly acceptable, it might take a very long time. And so the other way you can do it is the math way. You know that 1 is equal to 5/5 because it's 1 whole. And so you can do 5/5 plus 4/5, which is equal to 9/5, 9 fifths. This also works as well. With bigger numbers, it might take a little bit longer, and so there is a shortcut way, if you don't mind me showing it to you. I like to call this Texas popcorn because it kind of looks like the word Texas, because I have initials, a T and the X, and I'm going to make it look like a popcorn kernel. So let's begin. We need to start from the bottom up. So let's try it. What is 5 times 1? Well, that's 5. So what's 5 plus 4? Well, 5 plus 4 is 9. So I know that that will be my numerator. But I don't know my denominator, so I have to go again to check to see what my denominator is. Because my denominator is 5, my answer will be 9/5. This is the most common way that I'm going to be doing this because while these other two ways are effective, they take longer than this method. And so I'm going to be showing you maybe 2 more examples on how to do this. Let's try 5 and 2/3. Well, if we do it the Texas popcorn way, we can easily convert it and write the plus sign and the multiplication sign, and then go from there. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. And our denominator is 3. And I have 17/3. If you wanted to do it the drawing way, you could have drawn 5 holes and then 2/3. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes, and then 2/3, which would have been equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 thirds, or 17 thirds. Like I said before, this way is a lot easier. Let's just do one more example. Let's try 11 and 4/7. 7 times 11 is 77, plus 4 is 77, 78, 79, 80, and 81. And so we should have 81/7, which should be our answer. As you can see, that only took a few seconds, and so it's just a quick way to change from a mixed number into an improper fraction. By first multiplying your numbers, then adding them with a numerator, and then just sticking the denominator on the bottom where it should be. Now, I'm going to be talking about how to switch from improper to mixed. Say we have a number like 5/3. Well, again, there's 2 ways you can do this. One way is by drawing it. We need to draw 5/3. So I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/3. Well, that is also 1 whole and 2/3. This is one of the ways you could solve this. Again, drawing a picture might take longer because, of course, if you have bigger numbers, like 500 over 3, it might get more difficult. So instead, we're going to be doing the math way. You should remember how to divide it, which is basically top in, bottom out. 3 goes into 5 how many times? 1 time. 3 times 1 is 3. And we have 2. In any other situation, I would have you add 2 decimals and keep going. But in this case, a remainder is good for us. We like this remainder. Because these 3 numbers will tell us how to make our new fraction. Our denominator will always stay the same. No matter what, our denominator will always be 3. This number is telling you how many wholes you have. So I have 1 whole. And then how many parts do I have? What's my remainder? Because whatever my remainder is will be my numerator. So that's how this division problem gave us my answer, 1 2/3. My next example will be 25 over 4. I'm not going to draw this one because it'll take so long, but I have 25 on the inside and 4 on the outside. 4 goes into 25 how many times? Well, 6 times. 6 times 4 is 24. 25 minus 24 equals 1. My denominator stays the same. And then how many times is 4 completely go into 25? 6 times. And then my leftover, my remainder, will have to go as my numerator. And that's how I got 6 1/4. Our final question is going to be kind of a big one. I'm going to have 125. No, I'll do 127 divided by, let's do 5. So remember, top in, bottom out. Top goes on the inside, bottom goes on the outside. 5 goes into 12 how many times? 2 times, because 5 times 2 is 10. 5 goes into 27 how many times? 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. And so I have 25 remainder 2. My denominator should always stay the same. This tells me how many I have left over, which is 2. And then the top number is my whole number, because it's telling me how many complete times 5 goes into 127. So my answer should be 25 2/5, or 127 over 5. And remember, if you're never quite sure if your answer is correct, you can always just, change the mixed number back into an improper fraction. So say I'm not quite sure what my answer is. Well, I can use my Texas popcorn method to kind of check it out. What's 5 times 25? Well, that's 125. What's 125 plus 2? That's 127. What's my denominator? 5. And so this is just one of the ways that we're going to be learning how to do improper to mixed numbers. I hope that helped, and have a nice night.